Hey, I think today I'm gonna focus on finishing up some partial paths. Paths where we went to the chapter 2, and then that chapter 2, we went one way, but we never ended up going the other way. For example, when we were in the Beast chapter, she ate us, and then I didn't manage to kill her in time, and that led us to the wilds. But if we do manage to kill her, seems like it leads to something new. So let's try that out.
You make your way.
If we want to go to the Beast, we don't want to take the blade.
The interior of the cabin.
Don't take it.
The door to...
And then what? I want to slay the princess eventually. Just continue down. Let's talk a little bit first.
Okay.
And then after all the talking... I'm sorry, I just can't trust you. This doesn't add up, and it isn't worth the risk to take your word over the potential fate of the world.
Thank you.
She's pissed.
You turn back to the stairs, intent on retrieving the blade in the cabin.
Oh, I guess I never went down this specific path before. It's not skippable.
So, what? You're going to try and kill me? You'll regret this. I promise you. But go ahead, run along and get whatever you're planning to get. But you'd better hope that I don't slip these chains before you make it back down here.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing.
Never underestimate a woman who's mad. Okay, we got the blade, we came back down, she's gone. She bit herself out. Let's finish this.
Your eyes dart to the corners of the room. You don't see her. Where is she?
Close the door behind me.
You close the door behind you. Almost magically, its locks immediately click into place. Maybe they'll open if you finish the job.
I never got to look at the arm.
You step forward to investigate the severed limb.
And then she jumps out and kills me.
A trail of blood leads from its jagged stump into a dark corner of the basement. And then you hear the quiet patter of feet against the floor, and there's suddenly a weight on your shoulders. The princess tears into you.
Yeah, not looking at the arm was the right move, but I think we're gonna die anyway.
Her teeth and claws are unnaturally sharp, ripping into your shoulders, digging into your throat. You fall to the ground, the princess eagerly tearing at your flesh. Holy shit. What is she?
She's beastifying. Oh, and that's all we can do.
Are you serious? As the princess rends flesh from bone, your limp fingers can no longer hold the blade. It slips from your hand, your one last means of defense lying useless beside you in a pool of your cooling blood. I suppose you just lacked the will to fight back.
I hope. Oh, let's see.
This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The Beast. We only had the option to give up there, interestingly enough.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to slay her.
So we're back in The Beast. We sort of know what we're gonna see again.
A warning.
We have the voice of the hunted. It's gonna be all jungly in there. I wonder about the temperature.
The interior
Is
of
it all
the
hot
cabin
and
is
humid?
ruinous and dilapidated.
So here let's take the blade. We need the blade if we want to kill... Oh, but I think last time we were trying to claw our way out of her insides. If we have a blade, maybe we can make it go faster.
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Let's go.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes. The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favour.
You're being very rude to people who live in jungles.
She growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
She stares at me from the bushes.
I'm so much more than you. And a little splinter clutched in trembling hands won't save you from me.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright. The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now.
If we don't move, we can still try to claw her insides, but we'll move.
You lunge to the side, picking a direction on
God.
instinct. As you land, you're buffeted by a gust of air disturbed by the sudden motion of a massive body. The princess.
That scared me. Oh, the animations.
In an instant, she's pounced on the spot where you would have been, her chains rattling across the floor behind her.
Whoa, she's like... I thought she would look a little bit like how we saw her in the Thorn one, in The Witch, because she was also kind of beastie there, but this is like Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon.
Before you can blink, she's gone, vanishing once more into the shadows. But you still feel her gaze on you.
You're faster than you were before, but you're still meek, reactive, prey.
You whirl around to find her, and your gaze meets hers, a pair of shining eyes peering out at you from just beyond the basement stairs. So she's cut off our escape. Shit, what do we do?
I was sent to kill you because you're a threat to the world. I'm starting to believe that's true.
Oh, for the love of... You've given up the game. Great. All that will do is hasten her victory.
So many useless thoughts run through your head. Thinking. You'll never hurt me if you keep thinking.
Oh, should I have run for the stairs? That's escaping, though. I gotta kill you today. Okay, well, maybe let's just run then.
She's right there. We have to wait for an opening. That's fair. She'll kill us if we try and run past her.
Then, yeah, we can't do that. Our opening. You're deflecting. And I try to make her mad.
And you bear your weakness to the world.
She's coiling for another strike. Be somewhere else. We're on the back foot. The back foot keeps us nimble, keeps us alive. It doesn't matter if it keeps us alive if it eventually kills us. We need to take back the momentum. We need to do something.
Survive. Interesting wording. That's very vague on what is happening. I don't think we have time to think. Wait for her to strike? No, that's... She said we were reactive. Survive.
You spring to a new patch of jungle, barely moving out of the way before the princess surges past you with a speed that makes her practically unseen.
Stop hiding and show yourself!
If you want to see me, you should get better at seeing.
She knows that her strength lies in shadows and secrets. She won't reveal herself unless she has to.
What do you want?
I want to swallow you whole, and I will get what I want. You have no exit. You have no hope. You live and die by my whims, and my whims alone.
Don't ask her what she wants, just slay her. Is that all the advice you have? We don't even know what she looks like. Some specifics would be very helpful. She's just a princess. Don't overthink it. She is clearly not. A tickling sensation rises at the base of your neck. Flee. We can't keep doing this.
Wait for her to strike and then hit her back. Okay, I'll try. Stay alive.
This isn't going to work. We're in her domain. We just have to stay alive.
Oh no.
If we keep dodging her forever, we're going to get tired. We're going to slip up. We have to take a risk. As the princess lunges from the shadows once more, you tighten your grip on the blade and lash out. It strikes, cutting deep, and the princess loses her focus, crying out in pained surprise as she crashes into you.
Oh, it's okay, we can do it.
You're sent sprawling and can already feel the massive bruise blossoming on your ribs as she scrambles back into the darkness. Ha! Look at that! We wounded her.
Fight's not over yet.
And she wounded us. Bad trade.
That hurt. Are you just the cornered animal you seem to be? Or could you be a rival?
You determine that.
She rears back, then leaps at you, more forceful, more ferocious, more serious. The scuffle is brief, and though you inflict a few deep wounds, you find yourself quickly overwhelmed by her savagery. You collapse to the floor, and she wastes no time before pouncing on you in a flurry of claws and blood, your nerves barely able to keep up with the onslaught.
Oh.
By the end, you're lying in a nest of your own intestines, spine severed, blood rapidly draining out onto the jungle floor.
I'm dead again, but this time we're clearly separate people. We're not gonna go to the wilds, are we?
The princess, drenched in both her blood and yours, idly prods your body.
No, that's it then. Cornered animal it was. Do better next time. I still need to devour you. And it doesn't count if you're dead.
We're not dead, we're... But you don't have time to protest her premature observation of your death, because everything goes dark, and you die.
Premature by 1 second. Here we go.
You're on a path in the
Yeah,
Ooh.
we are. And this time we're not gonna run until we die. We're taking her head on and we're winning.
For the record, if we had let her eat us and then we slashed and broke her heart inside of her, that also goes back to the wilds. I know this because I accidentally ended up there.
You felt her. She didn't have a soft underbelly. She didn't have blind spots. What could we have done that would have saved us from her hunger?
When someone tries to make you dead, you have to hit them back. You have to show them your authority. There's nothing worse than a bully that thinks they own you.
Stubborn, I've barely seen you. The other time I've seen you was at the Giantess.
Great, so you've been here before. That doesn't bode well. You're not supposed to have been here before. This is supposed to be one and done.
I like these woods though. I mean, these aren't really woods anymore. It's a jungle, but a jungle is just a wild version of woods.
Oh, shut up. It bodes fine. You're the reason we're stuck in this shit situation, and now I have to do the hard work of dragging us out.
And how do you intend to do that?
We're going to fight her, and we're going to win. There's a reason she slinks around in the shadows.
Well, no complaints here. Now hold on. We're not just gonna let the fact that he knows things about this whole Lupin situation go, are we?
He's not important. He can have his secrets for all I care. She's killed us twice now, and that's enough of a reason for us to want her dead.
We're not good enough to defeat her. Okay, what's the plan?
Like I said, we're going to fight her.
But we're so small.
We don't actually know how big she is. We just know she wants us to think she's big. And if she's going to treat us like prey again, then she is sorely underestimating us. One good wallop, that's all we need to put her on the defensive.
The path is different than it was before.
Ground is ground. It doesn't matter what shape it takes. We'll adapt. If it looks different, that's because the situation has started to spiral out of everyone's control. So please, disavow yourself of the notion that you can just come back here and fix this place if you manage to make a mess, before that line of thinking leaves you yet another world in ruin. Though, as evidenced by you dying twice, it's safe to assume the fates of the worlds you've left behind don't concern you very much.
No, they don't, because we don't know anything about the world outside of the construct. It's kind of hard for me to care. Do I even have family or friends? Probably not, because oh my god, the closest thing I have to anyone who matters in any shape or form to me is it's the princess.
Consider this your last opportunity to make things right. For you and for the rest of existence. But especially for you.
We don't need your pep talk. I'll make sure we pull this off.
I want answers. What the hell's going on here? What do you know that you're not telling me?
I've told you as much as I can without putting you at a disadvantage. If anything, I've told you too much. Like that grumbling voice said just a moment ago, you've already died by her hands twice. You shouldn't need much else in the way of motivation.
Revenge? Revenge is motivation? What if we just leave? What happens then?
Yeah, she was still there last time. I'm not so sure she can free herself without our help. Maybe not quickly, but it's inevitable that cabin won't last forever.
Okay, well, let's go then.
You make your way down to the cabin. Your fated confrontation awaits. You know what to do.
I like this. It feels kind of Lion King-ish, whatever's happening here. But it also feels like this is gonna collapse soon.
We've already been over the plan.
Kill her.
I'm not sure that use violence counts as a plan. It's a better plan than you had last time. I don't like this, but I'll try to keep us breathing.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
The interior is dark and overgrown. Vines and brush obscure so much of the place that, had you not seen the exterior, you might not have noticed this was a cabin at all.
She gonna be an ultra beast this time?
The only furniture of note, if you could call it that, is a knotted stump, a pristine blade embedded in its exposed rings. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right. Take it. We're not fighting a monster without a blade. Even if it's not a very big one.
Last time we saw it, she wasn't that big. We don't know anymore.
Is no one going to mention the mirror? What are you talking about? There is no mirror. There's just the stump and a narrow tunnel that leads to the basement. He isn't tricking us. Can you feel the wind? It's telling us there's a hole in that wall. Our eyes deceive us.
Oh, the whole time I was leaning towards more thinking that the narrator was the one who couldn't see it, but you're saying that us seeing it is actually the weird part. Is it just a sign of us slowly regaining our godly powers then? Like right before we meet Hansi, we always stare into the mirror.
If that mirror's blocking our way, just smash it and be done with it.
Ooh! Okay, we'll take the blade.
Yes, take the steel claw. You pull the blade from the stump, gripping it tight. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good. One step closer to ending this.
We gotta get a win sometime, right?
You step forward, approaching the small hole that leads to the basement, hesitating before you enter the princess's lair. You heard him. Stop hesitating and smash that antique.
Yeah, Stubborn's the one who wants to smash it.
That mirror isn't part of this place. It's seeped through from somewhere else. It, if there even is an it, is a hallucination. Like you said, you've been here twice before. Your mind was bound to start playing tricks on you eventually. It's so grimy. Maybe we can wipe it clean and finally get a look at ourselves.
No, we're smashing it.
You bring your fist crashing down into the open hole leading to the basement, throwing yourself off balance and tumbling headlong into the pitch black.
Oh no! Oh no, but yeah, we can't smash it.
If there were once stairs leading into the basement, there is nothing left to attest to their existence now. There is only a long tunnel of packed earth, growing more narrow as you descend. It smells of mold and decay. The damp walls leave streaks of dirt along your body as you're forced to hunch, then finally squat down on all fours in order to continue. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour.
This time I might agree.
As you crawl forward on hands and knees, you're met only with the sounds of ambient earth. No voice slinks confidently up the stairs. No entity threatens violence or pleads for safety. Stay quiet. Don't give her a sound.
Just go.
You say nothing, maintaining the silence as you carefully make your way down into the basement.
I'm gonna try my best to kill her, although I don't know if it's gonna be possible.
The basement is dark and cavernous, a gaping maw threatening to swallow you whole. There is no light here, save for what little starlight has managed to filter down the tunnel. And though you can't see the vastness of the space, you can feel it. You're exposed. It doesn't matter if we can't see down here. We know where she is.
We do? Two ways of stepping into the shadows. Let's be ready to fight.
You step into the shadows and are enveloped in total darkness. Your heart pounds in your chest, ears pricked, eyes wide despite the inky blackness, waiting for any sign of movement. There, she's about to strike. With the near silence of a determined predator, the princess erupts from the shadows.
She got new wings. She's like a griffin now. What's going on up there? It's red.
You're quick to react, swinging your blade, its tip intercepting her before she can draw first blood. She recoils, stunned for a brief moment.
I got faster.
See, I told you. We needed to assert our might. We needed to prove to her that she can bleed too. She'll doubt her every move now.
She has 6 legs now.
But you don't have long before she lunges again, re-engaging with even more ferocity than before. But that voice in your head wasn't wrong. Within that ferocity, there is also hesitation. Not much, but enough. Not a word is spoken between you and the princess as you exchange blows in the dark. The glint of bloody claws and fangs, the flash of wet steel. In the pit, all of your senses are heightened, each injury stinging like a chorus of insects, each small shift in your favor a major victory that swells your heart. And then it all reaches a climax.
Oh.
And...
Oh, what? Oh. Oh, this is kind of like the giantess one where we got interrupted. We were gonna have a big fight and then... a bit of a letdown. No. But he doesn't respond. Eyes glance at you from the untextured threads of a world unraveled. Am I free? They ask. Rest well, princess. There was no room for understanding here. We just didn't even talk. But you do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave.
Where?
It's gonna be okay, just trust me.
But it feels so bad. That thing reeks of death. Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
I'll see you on the other side.
Okay. I'd like to be somewhere nice. Maybe there'll be a good fight there. Maybe we'll find her again.
The timing for when this happens, it does seem is there a very strict set of parameters that we have to meet for the long quiet to start setting in? Or is it more of a... No, it just depends on how they want to write this. You've unraveled. How do you feel about this vessel? Oh, she's a real beast.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet.
Do you have thoughts on this vessel?
This one is consumed by instinct. A predator pushing those around her to adapt. She will make for a bold heart.
Physically strong? Maybe one of the ones that suffered the least because didn't really have much mental suffering. Between physical and mental suffering, I tend towards thinking mental suffering is more painful.
She wishes me to devour you.
Ooh.
To make you a part of myself. But she is only a voice.
Later, dear.
Do not mourn her, for she is part of something greater.
I see. Okay. Alright, well, that was interesting. Got to see a little bit of that. Let's go back to another partial path then. Whoa! No. Here we go. I could have done this one before, but I didn't. If we go back to the tower, but this time, instead of killing the giantess, we die. That seems to be something else. Yeah, because the voices in my head were saying over and over again, oh, we should just, give up and submit and become her slave. Maybe she'll let us go? I guess we'll see the results of that.
The interior of the cabin is almost...
So, take the blade.
You take the...
And then we'll slay the princess.
The door... Her voice carries.
Can we do it?
Good. You're still listening to reason.
Alright, we're gonna immediately go in for the kill.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
What if she isn't bluffing? What if she kills us? This is hesitation.
You go into this expecting to die. You're going to die.
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other?
Slay her.
You charge the princess, blade
And of course, she doesn't die, because I gave her too much time, and we just entered the tower route again. Okay, no.
Oh, don't you start grandstanding about morals. If he doesn't remember what happened, you know I can hear you, right? What does it matter what he knows? There's nothing we can do to stop her. She's just going to kill us again.
No.
She is not going to kill you unless you let her.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's go.
A warning.
But she killed
Before
me,
you go
and she
any
feels
further.
pretty damn good about it. Yeah, we might as well just pledge ourselves to her, says Broken. Oh, come on.
Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge?
Yeah.
I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic.
You're being a total Debbie Downer right now.
You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone, yourself included. I agree. If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her, but if he's telling the truth, we shouldn't just hand her the world on a silver platter. Rescue her? Given the stakes of the situation, there isn't really a difference between rescuing her and pledging yourself to her. Either would be terrible. So please try to ignore both of those knuckleheads and focus on saving the world. Let's not make this harder than it has to be.
We'll see.
If that's what you want, I guess I don't have a say here.
I really don't like people like this. It's like mildly passive-aggressive. Passive-aggressive plus pessimism. Really annoying.
The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest.
We can take the blade just in case, but this time I have to not kill her. Actually, you know what? Let's just go in then.
No
Don't even
blade
take
this
it.
time. Yeah. Maybe she'll be more receptive if we're unarmed.
Something like that.
Blade, no blade. It doesn't matter. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease.
You shouldn't have come down here unarmed.
We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this. The Broken being the voice of the smitten. Let's go.
Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond. The princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall. The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants.
She's so imposing, but yet still chained up. Maybe that was a sign to us that we could defeat her.
I see your hands are empty. You've already given up, haven't you? You aren't even going to try and kill me. How sweet. And more than a little disappointing.
Sorry.
She's disappointed in us?
Yeah, you said blade, no blade doesn't make a difference. Apparently it does.
Kneel.
Yes, mommy.
On her command, you fall to the floor, knees painfully connecting with hard stone.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk? The last time we met, you tried to kill me. And yet here you are again. This time groveling at my feet. What a wretched sight.
I'll even lick your toes if you want me to.
What draws you back here beyond the empty halls of death? Speak.
The last time we met? I suppose that lends credence to our conversation in the woods. Still, whatever you do, don't tell her why you're here. It's best not to give her any ideas.
I don't think I can refuse her. Sorry.
Are you serious? Just don't say anything. How hard can it be to not say anything?
Very hard when you have a million voices in your head.
You haven't felt her angelic fingers run along the edges of your mind.
Oh my goodness.
You haven't felt her nails dig into your thoughts.
You're supposed to end the world.
You weak-willed buffoon.
Is that so?
The princess closes her eyes in contemplation.
Something about that thought wraps itself around my heart. It feels like a fundamental truth to my being that I'd somehow forgotten. The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new, and the world as it is now is overdue for alterations.
She's already given it all away. Change! Change!
It's time for me to seize my destiny, and you, little bird, will help me seize it.
Are you gonna kill me anyway, Mommy?
She's inevitable. There's nothing else for us to do but help her. Maybe she'll be nice to us.
What happened to you after I died?
Know the limits of your privilege, little bird.
Ooh, no talking back.
There's an empty place at my side for you to fill, if you'll have it. But it is not a place for an equal. It is a place for something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet.
Am I allowed to still ask questions? What would you have me do? What do you have planned?
All you have to do is break these chains and set me free.
I can't. If you're so powerful, can't you just break the chains yourself?
Don't be rude. Of course she can. It's not rude to question someone who's apparently trying to end the world. That's exactly why it's rude. We should know our place.
I can, easily. But that isn't what I want to do. The story of a terrible and bountiful god unbounded of her own will is no story at all. It's not worthy of everything I am, or everything I'm bound to become. It isn't even worthy of what I was. The destruction in Genesis that's to follow in my wake is deserving of a song that can echo for eternity.
This may be the strongest we've ever made her in across all the roots.
The song of you, being so struck by my glory, so overwhelmed by what I am, that you feel you must deliver me into the world. And from your act of utter devotion and submission springs a new dawn, a better dawn. Submit now, submit later. It makes no difference. Because in the end, no matter how vainly you struggle against me, my will triumphs over yours.
Just because you're supposed to end the world doesn't mean you actually have to do it. You can be whatever you want to be. This is a little bit rude. A slave shouldn't talk like this to his master. I feel like this is the first time we've seen the font color change within one block of text.
This isn't about desire. This is about what I am. And I have little interest in discussing destiny with one that cannot see the divine truth that shines in my heart.
I'm yours to command.
Your will was so easily broken. Am I that magnificent?
Yes, Mommy.
All you need to do now is break my chains.
How?
If this is what you want, then I guess there's not much else for me to say.
You can't just give in to her, not when the stakes are so high, not when you're so close. I won't let you do this.
I didn't even bring a blade. What can you make me do?
There's still something in the way. A greasy film inside of you where it doesn't belong, trying to conceal you from me. Is that a person? No, it used to be a person. It's something different now. An echo.
See, I think this is really the strongest she's ever been. Because she can tell things. She can even sense the narrator being there. Oh, look at the stained glass window. These are like bird hands reaching up towards her. She's like a god.
Is she talking about you?
That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you? A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
No. What are you talking about?
I don't care what you are. You're mine.
Ah!
Screaming.
Rise, my little bird.
Is he gone?
Without hesitation, you're brought to your feet.
Font color changing. That's fancy.
Break my chains.
How?
And how are we supposed to do that? We don't even have a weapon.
All you need to do is believe it's been done.
I have to. It's over. I'm sorry.
There's nothing to be sorry about. This is how it was always going to be. And it is good.
Alright, I'm done with this. I'm just gonna go sit in the corner. Let me know if we get our agency back.
The hero doesn't like it, but he's not doing very much to resist it. Oh, this is a bit... And what if I don't believe? What happens then?
You poor, wretched little thing. You already do believe. You've always believed. All you have to do is open the last door to your heart.
Even the narrator getting taken over is creepy.
It's easy. And once you let her in, you'll be safe and free forever.
Please, don't do this.
I will. I have to.
Her chains shatter, and the cuff falls from her wrist. She is loose, and the end is upon us.
Oh, you hear? She said, I am free. The narrator said she is loose. But it looks like our time is up.
What a good disciple you are. Come, it's time for us to leave.
What happens now?
Nothing. And then, everything.
Okay. Oh. But you do not take her hand, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go?
Okay, I actually got a variation here I wasn't expecting to see. I think we needed to die earlier to get to the third chapter here. That's okay, I'll still see the vessel thingy for this one. Oh, she's gigantic! My goodness.
There's a
world
beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there?
No. Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is Dominance, a figure capable of bending everything to her will. She will make for a terrifying and divine heart.
Wow, even the hands are just like little babies trying to wrap around her.
Do not mourn her, for she would not be able to mourn you.
Oh, wow. Okay, there is a chapter 3. We need to go back. We have to die here, so maybe I have to take the blade, so I can even attempt to kill her.
You take the blade from the altar. The door to the basement creaks open, Making your way down the spiral stair, the princess towers over you.
No.
As if on command, the blade slips from your grasp.
I won't kneel.
Are you still trying to defy me? I said...
Kneel.
Nobody should have met her before this. You should be the first. You're the only one I trust to deal with her.
Then you shouldn't have trusted us. There was nothing we could do to stop her then, and there's nothing we can do to stop her now.
He's being melodramatic, but yeah, we've been here before, and she absolutely destroyed us. What are we even supposed to do to stop her? That's worrying. Whatever you do, don't tell her why you're here. It's best not to give her any ideas.
We're just not gonna be able to... Hold up. No.
Perhaps you need another lesson in submitting to your betters.
Just be defiant. Make her kill us. Ooh, shiz.
You reach forward and grasp the blade.
Stand!
You can feel a creaking tension between body and will as you slowly rise.
End this.
Oh, we'll end this all right.
And we've seen all this.
Your hand lifts the blade and brings it to...
Slay yourself.
No, you can't just slay yourself. You're perfectly healthy and capable, and all you have to do is ignore her and do what has to be done.
But I've given up.
The blade and the hand that wields it remain firmly locked in place until you change your mind and decide to do literally anything else.
Look at you quaking against my will. An ant defying a god. It's pointless to resist. In the end, everything submits to oblivion. But you're not the one resisting me, are you? There's something else in there.
Oh, she knows already.
Is that a person? No.
Is she talking about you? That's impossible.
You're a small one, aren't you? A shriveling little worm.
No. What are you talking?
I don't care what you are. You're mine.
Ah!
And you get...
You bring the blade to your neck.
You slice through soft flesh, severing veins and arteries. Your blood flowing freely down your body. It's a painful lesson in obedience, but the pain won't last forever. No.
When I see you again, you'll free me from my chains and deliver me to the destiny that lies beyond this place.
We will. I promise.
You are such a simp.
I know you will.
More like voice of the pessimism. He's so broken that all he knows how to do is be pessimistic and annoying.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Oh, that's so creepy how even the narrator has taken on her, what do you call it, her intonations. Chapter 3, Apotheosis. I don't actually know what that means.
You're on a path in the woods.
Oh!
And at the end of that path... Oh, let me guess. At the end of that path is a cabin. Excuse me? This is the third time we've been here, and this is hardly a path in the woods. It's all big and weird.
And we can already see the cabin.
Another witness to her radiance. Her hour is soon upon us.
Radiance?
I'm here to keep him in check. I'm sick of prying fingers digging around in our head, and he's making it all too easy for them to get in. This is bad. Oh, is it now? I hadn't noticed. Do you need a primer, Mr. Amnesiac? No, I'm quite all right, but if all of you would take a moment to settle down, there's something important I'd like to get across to you before it's too late. Is it about the princess? We already know all about the princess.
She will lie, she will cheat.
Not to be trusted, that one. No, I mean, yes, it's about the princess, but whatever you think I'm going to say, it's probably not that. You're not to be trusted either. Look, fine, just out with it already, yeah? But if I hear the words, "You're here to slay her," or "If you don't, it will be the end of the world," you'll have lost speaking privileges.
The whole thing about him, the narrator trying to make us kill the princess without giving us any information, it's a pretty tall order. We need a sufficient reason to want to do something that drastic, but a sufficient reason would actively turn her into the dangerous thing that we fear her to be. But if we try to make her more palatable and easy to slay, then any regular person's gonna think, oh my god, why would I want to slay her? So it is tough. It's tough.
You're going to hear some of those words, but not all of them. And definitely not all in that order. I'm interested. Really? I know. It's probably a bunch of lies, but even lies have a kernel of truth to them.
Make it quick, guys.
You two are just wasting your time. It's all going to end when we open that cabin door, which means it's already all over. What's the point of dawdling when the end is already written?
Okay, that nonsense he's going on about, that's what we need to talk about. You've been here before, obviously. So you have met us. Because boy, were you in denial about that last time. No, I haven't met you, but reality is clearly falling apart at the moment, and the only reason that would happen is if you knew things you weren't supposed to know. What the hell are you talking about? He's talking about those weird marble trees and how wrong everything looks.
All the trees are marble? They're like columns. Thought it was bamboo or something.
Yes, exactly. Whatever you did before gave her far too much power. So you've got to cut it out, get to that cabin and slay her before things get any more out of hand.
Gave her power. It's a bit of a hint.
We gave her power? Why didn't you ever tell us we could do that? We probably would have gone about things very differently if we knew that.
We've built a new god, and she is limitless.
But Hansy can take her, right? We have to hope.
Are our thoughts doing that? Make her small, make her small, make her small, make her small. Shit! What if I'm doing it wrong? What if I'm making her even stronger?
This is a really big hint. They're basically coming out to say that your actions are shaping her directly.
Do you hear those two with their runaway thoughts? I'm only giving you the sliver of information I'm giving you now because things are already deep in the shitter. This was my last card to play and it looks like it's already made things worse, so hurry. Cabin, now.
Okay, now hold on. I have so many questions.
And right now you have neither the time nor the mental acuity to handle a single response. It's now or never.
I'm not going to the cabin until I have answers. What am I?
As you finish your inane question, the ground quakes beneath your feet. You feel an unyielding force pulling at you and your surroundings. The trees start to sway and then crumble, breaking apart as everything is drawn towards the cabin. Even the earth beneath you seems to shift, your feet unable to grip solid ground as you're dragged forward along with everything else.
Running away probably wouldn't have worked then.
The end of everything. The beginning of something new. The moment we open that door, she will be free.
That's what you want then, huh?
Stop believing everything you hear. We just have to get our thoughts in order. We just have to think straight. Any, words of warning? You already know everything you need to know.
And probably a little bit too much.
As you step forward, the cabin explodes.
Oh my gosh.
You're flung backwards, violently slamming into a tree as debris rains down around you.
She normally needs to wait for us. This time she doesn't even need to. She's just wrecking the cabin on her own. And everything around it. Oh my goodness. What is this, Evangelion?
You watch in paralyzed awe and terror as the princess emerges, her body unfurling from some vast space as she stands upright to face you. The world bows to her. The ruined landscape shifts, trees and stone and the ground itself succumbing to her gravity, orbiting her like a great black hole.
Finally, the little bird has set me free. This is always how it was going to end. And this is always how it was going to begin.
Eyeball bandage ribbons. Interesting choice of accessories.
There's a loud thunk from the tree behind you as something embeds in its shattered bark.
Oh wow.
Your pristine blade. It's now or never.
Huh, this could be interesting to check out. Embrace oblivion.
Fill the empty seat at my side. me for a new dawn.
You fool. You can feel her gravity envelop you, carrying you from the ground into the violent swirl of her orbit.
Why do I feel so cold?
Even though she's so strong, she's still not as strong as... She's close to godhood, but not actually an omnipotent god yet. Oh, hold on. Whoa, there was no hands that time. Hands didn't grab her, she just unraveled. You do not get the chance to join her at her side, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns. Okay, let me just try taking the blade.
Yeah, screw all of this, I'm with you. A real god wouldn't need us as part of her plan.
You'll never make it to her. And even if you do, what could you possibly hope to accomplish?
We know. Believe in it.
We'll do what we were always supposed to. We'll take this blade, and we'll sink it into her heart.
Believe in the me who believes in you.
Look at the way everything's being flung around her. If we just throw ourselves in her direction... I don't know. Maybe it'll work, maybe none of this is real. Maybe we can do whatever we want to do. With a forceful tug, you yank the blade out from the tree. You close your eyes and take a deep breath, and for a moment you can feel everything around you, like you're a part of everything, and everything is a part of you. And then your eyes open, settling on your target. It's time.
Can we? We have to believe. Oh, the way we hold the blade is different. Yeah, we're holding it downward. I mean, the mouse cursor is different.
You launch yourself towards the princess. You can feel her gravity envelop you, carrying you from the ground into the violent swirl of her orbit.
Even now you defy me. Do it then. Show me what you think it takes to end what's destined to end everything.
Yeah, do it. Show her.
Can we?
Why do I feel so cold?
That's what I thought. Hansy just takes her. But not this time though, she just unravels. That wasn't Hansy. Oh, you do not get the chance to slay her, nor will you ever.
No. Where did she go?
Now broken is truly broken.
She's gone. Is this the end of the world? Did she end herself? And is that a mirror?
Of course you're scared.
What is that supposed to mean?
This is what we all deserve, isn't it?
You're more sad about her being gone than the world being gone.
Can't even trust ourselves.
And then that's it. I wonder what they would say about this godlike figure, though. Wow, even bigger than the one from the Tower chapter. Any hands around her?
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there.
Oh, wow.
Do you know what we'll find out there?
Do you have thoughts on this vessel?
This one is Dominance, a figure capable of bending everything to her will. She will make for a terrifying and divine heart.
Divine. Literally a god. Wow, we can even see more hands than usual. But still, she's still a perspective that can be added to the shifting mound. So she's not above the shifting mound. She's below us. There should just be one more of these partial routes. Remember the damsel? So we were a knight in shining armor, a gallant knight. We went and saved the princess. She turned into the damsel, and then in that chapter, we continued saving her. We had our happy ending before getting taken away by Hansy. But what if we betray her? What if we don't get our happy ending? This one sounds like it's gonna be kind of painful, but all in the name of finding different chapters, I guess. Ugh. I don't feel very humane in doing all this. It looks like this one is a variation of a previous chapter that we've seen, but it's the same chapter title, but the stuff that happens is slightly different. So we'll check it out. Do not take the blade. We're here to rescue a damsel in distress today.
Good.
I'll see what I can do to get you out of these chains.
You're only making this more...
And if there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains?
Yeah. Locked, but it's okay. We'll get out.
Make your way to the bottom.
Ah, God. We save her.
Fine.
Yes.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world.
Ooh, I actually can't choose to slay her. Huh, because we did it already?
Stop that.
No, my love, be careful.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Her tone is so trusting of me still.
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart.
Keep resisting!
The blade! Move the blade!
And then we get into chapter 2, the Damsel. Okay.
A warning. She will lie. If only you knew what you did to us, you villain.
Of course, voice of the smitten. Ooh, I feel like we'll turn smitten into broken if we kill the princess here.
Excuse me? Forget he said anything. But he is a villain. He made our beloved brutally take our life last time. He's trying to keep us apart, but he won't be able to withstand the power of our love.
I wish. I'm sorry, Smitten. I know you're very happy-go-lucky, but today I have to hurt you too.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant.
I will take the blade, because we need that to betray people, don't we?
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
I suppose if we're to play the role of dashing knight, we need an equally dashing sword. That way she'll know we can defend her from her enemies.
Maybe some accident will happen.
Hopefully it doesn't put her on edge. There's no use arguing over motivations right now. It's good that you took the blade. You'll need it to do your job. The door to the basement creaks open, but it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
So she's not reacting to me holding a knife just yet.
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I think we're in love.
Okay, I'm with you that we should be doing whatever we can to save her, but saying we're in love is a bit much, don't you think?
Love at first sight.
We don't even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this fawning.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation.
She's been waiting for me.
That's right, villain, and you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
Really?
And you've died before. We damned a whole world. But everything reset. Nothing resets. You're just somewhere else. And you can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible.
Hold on, I don't remember having heard this before. He just straight out said it. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hope that'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. He just straight out said that we're somewhere else. Oh.
Horrible for you, maybe, but we've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet and treat her like the lady she is.
Oh, she doesn't even suspect me.
Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
We never saw a world end, and now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise.
Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
I guess it should be easy.
This path is already worn by travel and has been seen by one of my many eyes. You cannot walk it again. Change your course.
Oh, wow. Oh, these are the invisible walls. I guess I have to do it on a save file that hasn't seen the other version of this chapter already yet. Okay, hold on.
Wait, what?
I know, right? Man, I had to go back and redo it again, but I still want to slay you after all this. I'm terrible.
Blade in hand, you run the princess down.
Oh!
Wait, no! You barbarian, what do you think you're doing?
She's still unsuspecting!
But you ignore the pleas of the foolish little voice and press on. The princess's eyes grow wide with terror as you approach, but she does absolutely nothing to stop you.
No!
Your blade pierces her heart, and she collapses pathetically to the ground.
She's crying!
I'm sorry. Did I do something wrong?
No!
No, my love, you did nothing wrong. I'm sorry, not you!
I'm going to die now. I think that's what you want.
No!
And just like that, she's dead. And the world is saved. Thank you for seeing this through. I know it must have been difficult.
I feel sick.
Even the hero feels sick about it. We barely had a conversation. We're killing this random innocent lady.
Sick? You took part in the murder of the fairest creature that's ever lived. And you merely feel sick? I, for one, am absolutely distraught. Grief-stricken. Inconsolable.
Next chapter, we're not even gonna get the voice of the broken. The smitten will directly transform into the broken.
You'll get over it. You just saved everyone. Get over it? You smarmy ass. There's nothing in the world worth getting over it for. We might as well just end it all.
His feelings might be strong enough to force us to end it all.
You raise the blade, aiming the point directly towards your heart. Excuse me? No, you absolutely do not do that. Yeah, let's not make any rash decisions. We should give ourselves a minute, take a deep breath, and... Rash. The only rash decision we've made was running our cursed blade through her heart. This is far from rash. This is measured. This is the only thing left for us to do now that she's gone.
He's hysterical right now, but he's right that we just murdered an innocent woman. If that's what you want to do, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens is the story of my entire life, when we're going through all these routes.
What? No, let's not do that. You won't use your fancy reverse psychotherapeutics on me, murderer. We're dying together right now. All of you may have previously thought that my passions were too great to stifle, but those were merely passions of joy. My passions of sorrow run deeper than the ocean itself, and you'll find that they are far more unstifleable. Haven't you? Haven't you all?
Passions of joy, passions of sorrow. Passions, using the word passion to describe sorrow is a little bit weird to me. It's like how, a while ago I realized that, you know the phrase, murder of passion? I thought it meant a murder that's motivated by something related to love, like somebody gets cheated on and they murder somebody, but no, they mean passion as in it wasn't premeditated, it was spontaneous.
I don't believe this. What? What don't you believe? You plunge the blade into your own heart and collapse to the floor. You can't be serious. Why are you helping him?
'Cause I'm sad too. I may not be smitten, but there's a smitten inside all of us.
I'm not. He just made it happen. I'm sorry. That's right. You're all sorry. Everything goes dark, and you die.
At least we're atoning. Are we? The Grey, we've been here before.
You're on a path in the woods. You horrid monster. Do you think just because we've returned to the woods you've earned my forgiveness? Our beloved had best be alive and well when we return to the cabin, or you'll never know the end of my wrath.
See, it's different though. There's no rain this time. It's bare.
She won't be alive and well when we return to that cabin, because she's dead. We killed her.
Voice of the cold?
You killed her, and so I killed you.
And you clearly didn't do a good enough job. I'm still here.
Oh, and I'm still here too. If you lot get to be blessed with seemingly eternal life, that must mean she's still there, waiting for us to throw ourselves at her feet in remorse.
Good bit of detective work by Smitten, unexpectedly.
I doubt it. I think I'm better at killing than you are.
We'll see about that. Smitten and cold are polar opposites. Smitten is passion, cold is cold.
So you've been here before. Of course you've been here before. What count is it this time? 2? It's our 3rd. What gave it away? Your open discussions.
I couldn't care less what he knows. Every second we stand around arguing in the woods is a second that I'm anxiously worrying about her. Take us to the cabin and take us there now. With each passing moment, our relationship may be damaged even further, though I fear the rift between us may already be permanent.
When she died, she was still thinking of doing things that made me happy. Is that gonna continue to be the case here? The last time we stumbled upon this chapter, what happened before again? We stabbed her. I remember her blade, the blade was in her heart. That's all I remember, and she was dead and upset.
And if it is permanent, then what? You'll kill us again?
Oh, you just wait and see. My vengeance will echo the depths of my bereavement.
Don't provoke him. I'd prefer if we didn't die again. I'm not fond of dying. Why not? You've already done it twice. It was unpleasant. It was only unpleasant because you think it's supposed to be unpleasant.
Yeah, every time the narrator describes the pain, but I don't know if we actually feel all that.
I'll make you feel what I feel if it's the last thing I do. And mark my words, you won't like it when it happens.
Oh, how exciting. I'd love to see you try.
You know, in the very beginning, it was like, hey, it's the same guy doing the voices for all the voices, but when you have voices like Smitten and Cold in direct contrast, it really just feels like different people now. They have their own characteristics.
Can I? Well, I'm not just going to try. I'm going to actually do it.
But I do think that voice acting, maybe a lot of people think that someone who is good at voice acting is someone who knows how to make a lot of different ranges of voice, like high voices or deep voices. But I think the spirit of voice acting is more in, the acting part. So that's why even though it's the same person, it's technically the same voice, it still sounds convincing.
I'm looking forward to it.
Good. I am too.
Can I talk now? Yes, I can. Great. Now that you're listening, let me remind you that if you're here in the woods, it means that the princess is not dead, and that her very existence currently poses a direct threat to the entire world. I'll believe that when I see her living body.
Did I hear that right? He says she's alive. Our beloved lives again.
But now we have two opposing people who want to kill her and love her.
Yes, she's alive. But you're going to have to make her not alive. You'll have to slay her. It's your job.
We absolutely will not. This is a tale of love and redemption, and this time it will not end in bloodshed. Except ours, if any of you try anything.
Who's stronger, Smitten or Cold?
Let's do our best to keep him away from anything sharp. If we're lucky, there won't even be a blade when we get to the cabin.
I'm the one in charge here, and if we slay her again, you are not going to make us kill ourselves. Is that clear?
Oh, it's clear, you murderer. Though I should remind you that you're not as in charge as you seem to think you are.
I let you do that earlier.
I'm sure his outburst last time was just a fluke. I wouldn't worry about him. Besides, if he kills us again, he kills us again. It doesn't matter. He'll tire out eventually. The flame of passion always burns out in the end.
Spoken like a true cynic.
Enough bickering. Just stay focused and get to the cabin.
It's gonna be one of those ones where we spend 20 minutes on one scene again because everyone's arguing. We haven't talked enough about how different this place is. It wasn't different last time.
If this isn't the same path in the woods you're used to, that means that her influence is already spreading and you're running out of time. Wait, but if her influence is spreading, that means there's hope. That means our beloved is waiting up there for us, ready to make amends. Yes, I already told you that she's alive. Don't mind him. I don't think he's doing too well.
You wouldn't be doing well if someone slayed your beloved.
I'm doing better than any of you. I'm doing great. She's alive. Influence doesn't require life.
What if the smitten was there during when we had the goddess ending? The tower, and then after that? It's basically kind of already like the voice that was there broken.
But if things restarted, why wouldn't she be alive? Who said they restarted? All they've done is changed. I shan't listen to the vile mutterings of you serpents. Onward! Our living, breathing princess awaits us.
What happens if we don't go to the cabin?
She'll find a way out eventually and the world will still end. The only way this resolves is if you find her and slay her before that happens. Again he makes her out to be a monster. I'm tired of all this slander. She's never hurt anyone in her life except for us, and that was our fault.
He's right.
We don't know that. She could have done all sorts of things we weren't around to see. Turn around and leave, go to the cabin. I'm fine with either.
Okay, let's go then.
I'm sure you've already heard my words of warning in one of your past lives. You've already managed to slay her once, just don't muck it up this time, alright?
No rain. No rain.
Oh, we'll muck it up alright. We'll get our happy ending, even if it damns each and every person who's ever lived.
Will we?
Whatever you do, don't let him influence a single decision. He's clearly lost it. I hate that I'm agreeing with him on anything, but I really don't like being at the whims of someone so unstable. It's stressful. Yes, having all those feelings isn't very productive, is it? But we're just passengers here. Why stress over something you can't control?
Probably because it involves our well-being as a person.
You're saying that like stress is just something you can turn off. It is. It's easy. Whatever happens, happens.
That's because you're the voice of the psychopath.
Are you even alive? What's the point of doing anything if you're not going to feel a single emotion?
Agreed. But can we get going now?
I don't know. I just exist. And that's fine with me.
Okay, that's enough, guys.
This is horribly unproductive.
Yes, let's go.
The interior of the cabin feels dry and brittle. Ancient dust-covered wooden beams hold up a crumbling ceiling like mummified ribs, each elegantly carved detail of the stately building preserved in an extended stasis. Everything here has been kept safe and dry and lifeless.
Well, she looks different already, doesn't she? I think she was blacker before.
But you're not alone. You can feel something watching you. There is a figure faintly outlined against the dusty wood of the far wall.
Which is actually kind of weird, because I thought she couldn't get out of the basement. There was some force keeping her there, but it turns out she can get to the first floor.
Is that her?
As a ghost.
Our beloved. So she does live. She doesn't look very alive to me. Before you can make a move, the figure is gone, vanishing behind the door on the far side of the room. The door at the end of the room, but there's a mirror. Is this some kind of joke? Huh. That's strange. Maybe it's gone.
There's no blade.
Because we've already killed her with it.
And ourselves.
Perhaps it's gone because an oh-so-deserved guilt has started to worm its way into each and every one of you. Perhaps all of you do feel just as bad as I about what we've done. Though if you felt the oppressive guilt I feel, we would have manifested that weapon directly into our heart.
It shouldn't be with her because we took it out and we killed ourselves with it.
I suppose it doesn't matter why the blade is gone, but you're going to have to find it if you're going to do this right.
Let's just get going.
Make your way to the door at the end of the room. It's so hazy. We should try and clean it off. It's time for all of you to see what we've become. You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. The handle is just a little to your right, and a little down. So much for our reflection. We didn't need to see ourselves anyway. I see. We are too hideous for even a mirror to behold. We can only hope she might still see some good in us.
If she's still the damsel she was, she'll understand. She'd be like, oh, it's okay, I know you must have had a reason for doing so, and it made you happy, so it's okay.
No way left to go but down. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an antique staircase lit by weak torchlight. Even the blaze of the torches can't penetrate the odorless air. As if they'd run out of fuel to burn ages ago, a wispy figure watches you from the bottom of the stairs, face veiled in shadow.
I don't see a blade Is that a blade on her? It is. Oh, I guess because this ghostly figure is manifesting the moment she died.
There she is again. My love. She's just an old memory. Your eyes lock for a brief moment, then she vanishes around the corner.
I'm sorry about last time. Are we good?
You receive no response. Do you think she's upset with us? Of course she's livid, and with good reason. You aren't helping. Are you scared of a little ghost? As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body lying in a heap on the floor, her wrist still bound to the wall by a heavy chain.
But this room is very unrecognizable. It's like a wine cellar, but the blade is still on her.
This cell is a dark and isolated place, with not so much as a window to allow starlight to penetrate the gloom. See? She's dead. No! What foul trickery is this? How can this be? We just saw her alive and well a moment ago, floating away transparently.
Well, this is not the transparent one, is it?
Whatever we saw was a ghost. I thought we were all on the same page. Do try to keep up. Your thoughts are interrupted by the sound of a slamming door and a clicking lock.
Oh, it's gonna be like last time, but not water. I don't see any water here.
You turn to see the shade of the princess staring down at you from the top of the stairs, clutching a brightly burning torch.
Fire?
So that's where the blade is. It's already in her heart. She is dead. Have you never heard of a ghost before? Oh, for the love of... Can we not waste time arguing over the semantics of what is and isn't dead? Yeah, dead or not, what are we supposed to do about her? We make amends. She obviously still holds us in her heart. She's bearing a torch for us and everything.
Last time we drowned. I have a feeling today might be very painful.
But she hasn't said anything.
You came back. I missed you.
Oh, she actually talked! Last time, the other one never talked.
That angelic voice. I missed you too, my beloved. You sure snapped back to your old self quick. Yes. Seeing her dazzling countenance again has reignited the warmth in my heart. I have found it in me to forgive the sins this body has committed. We can have our perfect romance after all.
This is a bad place. We're supposed to be together, but it keeps making us hurt each other.
You recognize that? Hey, she seems to be a little bit smarter than the previous one, because the previous one was always like, I don't know, I want what you want. Oh!
The torch falls from the princess's hand and bounces down the stairs.
This is your solution to the bad place?
It'll be so much better when it's gone.
What about me?
The skeletal wood of the basement, perfectly dry after uncountable years of desiccation, immediately catches fire. She's trying to kill us. A misplaced escalation of her passions, but clearly she still cares for us. I say we burn with her.
Oh, do you mind if I escape with you? We can burn the basement together? Why did you close the door?
Because I want to be with you. I don't want you to leave.
Oh, she wants to die too! This is a double suicide!
See? Everything's fine. She wants to be with us. Yeah, in a bad way. She just has a unique way of expressing things. The fire grows quickly, devouring the basement, dancing up the walls and painting every surface with strokes of flame. You're choked by smoke, and the air around you grows uncomfortably warm. We've never burned to death before. I wonder how it's going to feel. Bad! I bet it'll feel really, really bad.
Probably make you feel a little bit less cold.
Yes, it will be terrible, so you'd better come up with something to do, and fast. Your personal safety is far from the only thing she's threatening right now. I think a bit of fiery passion is good for the world. You're just trying to spoil her fun.
You're really okay with dying. Gotta admit, that takes commitment.
I'm not spoiling anything. I'm trying to prevent oblivion.
There's way too much bickering today. Just let me make the next choice. Okay, I'm gonna... Let me out! Are you trying to kill me?
Dying apart kept us apart. Dying together will keep us together.
Huh. I mean, there is a logic to that.
The heat grows in intensity as the flames draw ever nearer. You can practically feel your skin sizzling already. If you're going to try and stop her from killing you and destroying the whole world, you'd better do something, and you'd better do it now. I wonder if we look good right now. Fire makes a lot of things look good. I can only imagine how dazzling our eyes are in the dancing flames. Do you think she's noticed?
I don't even know if she has functioning eyes.
I don't want to burn to death. We don't have to, right?
We can try rushing for the blade. I went for the door last time.
As you rush up the stairs towards the princess,
No!
the entire cabin erupts into a raging inferno. You push through the flames, trying to ignore the choking hot air filling your lungs, and manage to reach her, your hand wrapping around the hilt of the blade.
Oh, she looks sad. She looks like someone I don't want to hurt again.
But the metal is already blistering hot. Your hand sizzles as it melts on contact. You can't so much as pull away, your nerves seizing up as they're fried, the bones of your hand fusing in place around the weapon.
Wait, that's a little bit too hot, isn't it?
The princess, smiling warmly as her skin bubbles away, places her hand on yours and clutches it to her chest. The pain is unbearable at first. Every inch of you screams as your flesh is stripped away, your muscles stiffening as they're cooked, your blood boiling in your veins.
But she was a ghost and she can burn? Oh, this is so sad.
But it isn't long before the flames take your nerves, and with them, your ability to feel much of anything.
I want to say she's crying, but that's more like melted eyeballs.
See? That wasn't so bad.
I have feelings about this here right now. I held onto the blade. We didn't get to commit to any sort of action with it, but for all she knew, I could have been trying to plunge it deeper. And yet, she still decided to greet me with a smile and wrap her hands around my hand. Oh, I'm in pain.
It was so bad. But somehow, the nothing is so much worse. You'll get used to it. There are still the feelings of the heart. Those never go away. Oh, they always do in the end. You just haven't experienced enough. Eventually you'll want them to stop too. You'll make them stop. Trust me. The princess's smile never fades. Her skin peels away, and then her muscle, until all you can see is her charring skull, locked in an eternal grin.
Of course, the teeth don't get affected by the fire.
It's very romantic, really. We got our happy ending after all. We can die happy.
I am deeply depressed once again. It's like the veil makes her seem like she's at a wedding. But despite your best efforts, you do not die. I don't die. I just leave.
She's gone. And there's that mirror again.
Oh. I'm just gonna check out the vessel. Yes, let me proceed to the cabin. What? Oh, dang it. It kind of froze up. Oh, here we go. Oh.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality whenever you are ready.
Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is passion betrayed. But even in the end, her love never faded. She will make for a bright heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
Oh, that feels so cruel to hear because she was a person too. Don't make her sound like some tool meant to fulfill your need for new perspectives. I am in deep pain. But is it any different if I just let myself burn here? Let me out! Are you trying to kill me?
Dying apart kept us apart.
The heat. I don't want.
I'm gonna burn!
It's okay. I'm going to burn too. And then we won't hurt anymore.
She's right about the last part. Burning doesn't hurt forever. The flames lick at your form, stripping layers of you away, causing your skin to blister and pop and crisp. As you burn, the princess glides to your side, her ghostly form blackening as she too succumbs.
She's ghostly, but she still has skin to blister. Oh, she takes my hand.
This is terrible. We're going to die.
So we don't put our hand on the blade. Oh, it's in so deep. But she still takes my hand.
I'd savor this feeling if I were you. Soon enough, we won't have nerves.
I am in pain.
And we'll get to die with her. After what you made us do last time, this is as sweet an end as we could hope for.
She clutches you close to her chest, her eyes bright and her smile wide with manic affection, watching as the flames take you away.
Manic affection.
The pain is unbearable at first.
It feels so bad. Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
It's the end for you, but not for me.
What is that supposed to mean? Do it, then. End us all before I die of a broken heart.
I've died of a broken heart, too. Me, too. Okay. Oh, okay, like, I don't even know what to say. Yeah, it's nice that we got to see it, but is it really nice in the traditional, oh, I really enjoyed this kind of sense? I would say probably not.
I await your return.
Probably not. I think that is the last of the partial paths. We have exactly one more route that we haven't seen before. We haven't even seen the chapter 2, I think. Everything we saw today is just for seeing it, but it's not saved in terms of the vessel review at the very, very end. Probably gonna go back to the save where we ended up with the razor last, and then, yeah, we'll be back to the end again. Gotta say, I don't know what any of the other endings could do for me. That would be better than watching grass grow and escaping the construct with her, because I've suffered enough, she suffered enough, I just don't care about the world. They've gotta make me care. Can they make me care? We'll find out when we come back.